would like to thank our amazing sponsors, TouringPlans Travel. Their destination specialists work with you to plan and book your trip, whether you're traveling to a theme park, headed out on a cruise, or wanting to get away anywhere in the world. As experts in smart travel, their agents suggest the best itineraries and activities to fit your family's needs, and handle all the reservations on your behalf. There is no cost to you or your family when using TouringPlans Travel services, and you may even save some money if discounts become available after booking. So head over to touringplans.com/travel and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Disney World. We're actually re-recording the intro to this show because we recorded a trip report in the car and somehow the intro didn't record.
We're sitting in the cell phone waiting lot at MCO, watching planes taxi over to the runway. Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Well, here we go. No new Patreons this week because we just recorded our...
Seconds ago,
yes. So thank you to all of our Patreons who supported the show. We had a lot of great bonus after shows, a lot of great things. Check that out. But we do have another Apple review because we got to keep going through them.
That's right. Apple Podcast Review. Leave a 5-star. We will read it on air eventually. All right. This one is titled Awesome Podcast with an exclamation point. Yeah. 5 stars by HWKFN98. I'm pretty sure that's Hawk Fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Iowa?
Yeah. Iowa. Well, we'll still read it, but thank you. No, Iowa's fine.
I used to go to the Iowa wrestling camp every year.
I'm sure you did. They're good at wrestling. Did we beat them in wrestling? I don't know. We beat them in football and basketball this year, though. Woo. All right. Anyway, this is an awesome podcast, and I am so glad I found it. The information and insight you provide has been incredibly helpful and will help make our trip magical. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Well,
I wonder if that one's from Mark.
Maybe. So, speaking of wonderful, great trips, Doug and I just had one. So, our first trip, we stayed at Cornado together. So, we came back and we stayed at Cornado, Doug.
Yes, we were in the Casitas number 3. And
which is hard to find when you park, we realized.
It's nowhere near the parking. It's like Casitas 1, 2, and 3 are all merged together in a hodgepodge. And where they tell you to park for Casita 3 is nowhere near our room. Because Casita 3 is very long and along the lake. Our room was awesome for going to Destino Tower, into the food. We were right there, right by it. It was a great room location. The rooms, though, fantastic. Lots of outlets, lots of space, room under the bed, all the things you would want. Great shower. I really like the rooms. We're not talking about the tower, the Destino Tower. Just the regular rooms at Cornado are great. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I loved them. They're perfect for families. They got a lot of room. Coronado's large. It's got a lot of amenities, a lot of things. It is a convention resort. So definitely anything you need or want, they will have.
It's a great food court for a moderate. It's probably the best food court moderate.
Oh, yeah.
Or moderate food court.
Well, you definitely had your Mickey waffle. I had my scrambled egg mash.
And turns out it's 50-50 out there in Twitter world as to what's better.
Yeah, thank you guys. No one settled our debate on which was the better breakfast.
It's the Mickey waffle, but...
It is. I would have got it if I didn't want a little protein.
Yeah, so we had a great time at Cornado. Great bars, lounges, restaurants. It's definitely has more to offer than the other moderates. The one thing that all moderates struggle with, except French Quarter, buses. The buses are they're special. You took the bus once.
I did, and guess what? It was waiting for me upon my arrival. I got right on. That doesn't actually... I used all my bus karma in one shot.
Yeah. It's a good thing I showed up with my car later. So, that helped with that. All right, so let's talk about Epcot. You did Epcot with Ryan Alexander. How'd it go? Did you like Guardians this time around?
I actually like Guardians more. It's the third time that I've done it, and I think the first time it was just hyped up a little too high, so it came in a little under, but this time was really great. Definitely worth buying the Lightning Lane and skipping everything, so highly recommend just paying for it. And it was a lot of fun. It was Ryan's first time doing it. He loved the ride. Definitely Terry Crews. I know people don't always love him, but I'm like, dude, this guy, Epcot. Some people, like, you make fun of him on Twitter, like he's not. I'm like, Italians. Oh, it cracks me up every time. So great ride. Definitely, Epcot was a lot of fun walking around with Ryan. We did
You ate at the noodle place.
We did, but not first. I had to ride 3 cabaneros, which I still don't know if I'm saying it right.
Pretty sure.
I know I'm not. Thank you for making fun of me, everyone. When I do, I used to say habaneros.
You did.
So I'm gotten better. I'm getting closer to something else. I know it is. So we definitely rode that. And then I did something I hadn't done before. I wanted to eat at a restaurant that I'm a huge ramen noodle fan. So Katsumari Grill. There you go. I don't even try. Don't. I'm also tired from all of our Disney.
We're exhausted.
Yes. And had ramen noodle bowl. I love ramen noodles. So eating ramen noodles in 170-degree heat, I do not recommend. But at least I got it checked off the list.
Only 173 degrees out there?
Oh, it was hot. It was hot and sticky, and ramen noodles did not hit the spot.
So, yeah, that sounds tasty. And then you hopped over to Hollywood Studios?
Yes, we did.
And
Took the Skyliner. It was wonderful.
What'd you do over there?
Waited for you to get there a little bit, but we...
You did Mickey and Minnie's without me.
We did Mickey and Minnie's without you. We did Millennium Falcon without you.
Mm-hmm.
And Hollywood Studios was weird because it was not crowded at all.
Yeah. Hey, one thing we forgot on our Starcruiser show last week, we did Chewbacca mode on Millennium Falcon with our crew.
Oh, we did. That was awesome. We had a crew of 5. We pulled in
we got a single rider.
Girl.
She's
who was probably like 17 years old.
15, 16, somewhere in there, yeah. And she was like, oh my gosh. But she knew what Chewbacca mode was. She had never done it. I asked her. And so I think she was excited and she could go brag back to her family. But I'm pretty sure the only reason we got Chewbacca mode is because we're like, Halcyon Pen?
Yeah.
Because the cast member has to hit the button for you.
So that was awesome. So yeah, Ryan and I did that. And then we watched Doug eat at ABC Commissary.
Yeah, you watched me eat. It was weird.
It was beautiful watching you slowly chew your food.
And then I went back to the room after I parked a quarter mile away from the room. And then you went to Oga's, right?
Yep, we got right in at Oga's. There was the wait up, the walk up. We actually got grabbed in ADR, but the walk up was fine too. Got a couple drinks in Oga's to get ready for the voyage on the Starcruiser because we knew we weren't going to do Oga's on our Starcruiser day because we were going to do the
have other
tasting. And so yeah, after Oga's, we headed out back to the resort. Decent bus karma on the way out and back to Cornado.
Then once at Cornado, we recorded a show about Disneyland, which is hopefully you've already listened to. And then we headed up to the Dahlia Lounge and had a good time and prepared for our cruise the next day. So, well, no, we rope dropped the next day.
We had Magic Kingdom the next day. The whole other reason why we went on this trip is so that Doug and Derek could do Tron. So we woke up early in the morning and we made a plan to get virtual queue and buy some lightning lanes to get on Tron. And we successfully got both. And we did, let's talk about our fail. We did record.
We did it. I did it.
Doug did it. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
So I did Tron. I'm not doing Tron again. You lean forward on your stomach. It's only a minute. First half of the ride, I'm having a great time. I actually love roller coasters. I just can't do them. It's frustrating. I like the first half. And the second half, there's some G-forces. And you're kind of leaning forward. And like all of a sudden, I was like, breakfast wants to make a reappearance. And it didn't. But right after you get off to the left, there's a little gate. For some reason, they put a gate before you get to the binge and water fountain. I think just to test your motor skills while you're stumbling over there. I was rough, Derek. I was bad. I think I looked worse after that than I did Everest.
I
did not expect it either. I think that's the worst part. I thought I'd be fine.
I actually had that moment. Like, I was like, haha, this is funny. Doug's going to puke. And for about 3 seconds, I was like, oh, Doug's not doing well. Like, I should probably take care of him and make sure he's okay. So definitely got you sat down. You got some water, splashed it all over your face. The rest of our party left, and they're like, oh, wait, where did they go?
Water fountain. I was just like, this is on my face. Yeah. I think I startled you with that.
I didn't. I was just like, okay, how long is this? And I took the greatest picture in the history of pictures that I want to post. Am I going to post it? What page am I going to post it on?
You sent it to my son.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he already put it on social media, Derek.
Yeah, but not everyone saw it because it's in the comments of social media. So it's going to get posted on somewhere. and you'll have to...
We figure out how to post our horrible audio.
Yeah, so we did get really bad audio. One of the mics was not working correctly.
And the background music in Tron,
so loud.
It's as if the dude that sets the volume for the background music has worked a jackhammer his whole life, and he can't hear very well.
Yep.
So he turns it up so he can hear it. And I feel for the cast members, like if they have the decibel reading on their watch, they just got to be vibrating all day.
Yeah.
I hope they have earplugs, some of them.
It was ridiculously loud, but the queue was really cool. You digitize into the world, you get on the bike, a screen. It's so cool. They did a really great job with that. I really do love the ride. I thought it was a lot of fun.
First 30 seconds were fantastic.
Yeah, and then the next 30 seconds, I'm laughing hysterically. So we're going to try and clean up the audio and see if we can't get it released somewhere.
Might be a little while.
Yeah.
Like after all our trips are done here in June.
But there was Derek laughing hysterically like a madman and Doug doing...
But the ride is so loud itself, too, that I'm not sure how much you hear of anything. But I did it. I survived. I think most people will be fine. I'm just a wiener. I get it.
Yep, that about sums it up. But Tron, if you haven't done it, it's a must-do. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. It is a little uncomfortable. There are some...
it's weird.
It'd be interesting to hear what other people say with their body getting on and off body types that are on it. I know my thighs were hurting a little bit.
It just didn't quite fit right.
No.
It's not like a bike.
No.
That's weird. Anyway, moving on to the other big attraction of our Magic Kingdom Day, Tony's.
Yeah, so if you know, Derek, when we go together, Derek's one rule is we have to do a restaurant that neither of us have been to. It is a great rule that we need to keep going, but our restaurants are getting very, very few and limited because we've gone so much. And so Tony's was next on the list. We made
great reviews.
Great review. Everyone loves Tony's. It's the last place in Magic Kingdom I needed to eat at.
For a reason, Derek.
Yep, it was for a reason. And so we went to Tony's, all 5 of us, and we had a wonderful time.
Let me just say, our service was excellent. Our server, if you're out there listening, was it Laura?
Something like that.
Something like that. You're fantastic. However, the food you're serving is okay. It is not bad. How about that? That's the review of Tony's. It was better than I expected. I did leave full. But if I had to choose any other restaurant at the Magic Kingdom, I would.
Except for that garlic bread. That garlic bread was fantastic.
Yeah, just go get 5 garlic breads.
It was insane.
If you want a snack, just snag an ADR for Tony's and go get the apps.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll dream about that garlic bread. But Doug got the chicken parm. I got the penne chicken, which had a lot of cheese in it.
Why so much cheese for you, Derek?
That was a lot of dairy. The other highlight being right there is that we got to see Mr. Ryan Wiley, who's been on the show a couple times. So shout out to our boy Ryan, and definitely got to go meet Mickey. And so as a group, we got to meet Mickey Mouse and tell him about Rope Drop Radio and get some pictures and our gear together.
Mickey's a big fan.
He is. He pointed to a shirt, and I posted on our Patreon Facebook page one of the greatest pictures of Doug being awkward and me interacting. Sums up our relationship with characters in a nutshell.
Yeah, I met a character today at Animal Kingdom I was perfectly fine with.
A statue of Doug?
Yeah, it was a stone statue, but perfect interaction.
There you go. So what are some other highlights from Magic?
Let me say who Tony's is for real quick. Tony's is for a family looking for a place that's going to be predictable. They know their kids like pasta. They've been to Olive Garden, and you need a table service to get off your feet, have a server bring you food and drinks, because the buffet is not relaxing. Tony's, you can actually sit down, relax. Somebody takes care of you. That's who it's for. That's it. You got a couple little kids, go to Tony's.
Nailed it. And actually, we got an earlier ADR, and we're like, oh, we're the only ones in here for a reason.
Nice
and it just went from 0 to 60 fast.
Kids. But, there's something to be said for Tony's over Crystal Palace, because the buffet is work with kids. It's exhausting. I want to just sit down and get taken care of. Tony's will do that. Also, what kids don't like pasta? Only weird ones.
Mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's not going... That's the other reason why I hadn't been there. So...
Yeah.
Tony's was great. Then as a group, we actually did some rides together.
Yes. So we double rope dropped, Derek.
We did.
Double rope drop champions.
We did. Our first rope drop was on the greatest ride to rope drop, Tomorrowland Speedway.
Which actually isn't a horrible thing. So if you're not doing Space Mountain, say you bought Mine Train. You have a lightning lane for Space Mountain. And you don't care about Peter Pan. Speedway is actually, and you're not going to do Astro Orbiter, Speedway is your next rope drop.
If there's nothing else you want to do, and the only thing you want to do is Speedway, it's a great rope drop. That's what I heard.
If Speedway is on your to-do list, and Astro Orbiter is not, and Peter Pan are not, and you have purchased lightning lanes, Speedway is a way to go because it's before it's hot, and we were, the third group on there? When we got off, there's a line. Yep. We walked right onto Buzz because we did Buzz afterward. You don't need to rope drop Buzz. If you hit Buzz anywhere in that first 30 minutes of extra magic or extra time, extra hour, extra magic hour, my gosh, why can't I remember the early entry? There you go. There's nothing magical about it. Disney took all the magic out. If you hit Buzz anytime in there, you're fine. You just have to beat the regular crowd into it to get the extra time. Oh my gosh, I already forgot what it's called. Early entry. Yeah. So you don't need to rope drop Buzz really ever unless that's your priority. But do Tomorrowland Speedway first, come back to Buzz. We did both of those, and then we went over, got on the rope.
Whoa. Buzz, what did we do?
Oh, we were both Galactic Heroes.
We were both Galactic Heroes, different cars.
As we should
be, and the people with us did not get it, so next time, guys.
Next time.
We tried to show you where to shoot.
Oh, so you can take a horse to water.
Yep.
Can't get it.
Also, it's really annoying having Doug in the car behind you, in front of you, because I don't know.
In front of you.
I can't tell what laser it is. Oh my gosh. I almost didn't get it because you and I are both shooting at the thing underneath Zerg's ship. And I'm like, I am so close. Am I on the one on the right or the left?
And then I move it, and I'm like, oh, that one's further away now. And so, yeah, I did that multiple times. I looked at the wrong dot.
Yep. So, thankfully, I got it. I would have been pissed because I was stuck at like 800,000.
You know what we would have done? We've just done it again.
Probably.
You're still no line.
So then we did the second rope drop. We ran across the park. And by run, I mean walked.
We did we take a picture on our way? No, we did. Yeah. So we didn't even hurry over there. Then we weren't on the rope for the second rope, but we got 2 attractions in. We're on the back edge of the rope. We waited maybe 15 minutes for Jungle Cruise,
yep.
Which Jungle Cruise, you can wait 15 minutes for the lightning lane.
And also, it was worth it because that was one of the best skippers I've ever had. There's new stuff I've never got.
It was fantastic. He even did jokes in the tunnel.
He did rock, paper, scissors in the tunnel, and one of them cracked me up. Like, I was laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, you well done.
Yeah, he made jokes about how handsome he was.
Yep.
He was. He's handsome man. He was great.
It was one of the best skippers I've ever had. So glad we did have to wait a little bit. And then we did Pirates.
Yep. Where we got what?
Yep.
Pirates. And then was it Tron time? Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we walked back across the street.
And then we recorded our horrible audio. And then we went to meet Mickey. And then we did Tony's. And then we had our meetup where we saw some folks in the Magic Kingdom. So thank you to everybody that came and said hello.
And special shout out to our boy Matt from Find Matt, who he works at the Halcyon and shared some things before our cruise, which, Matt, I know you're listening to this, that really helped amped up the voyage. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. That was awesome that you were able to come out.
And so when we went to our meetup, the other 3 guys from the crew, from the Starcruiser, they were with us that day. They went and did Tron again with the boarding group. And I told them, come up with the plan for the rest of the evening. Dinner plan, what are we doing? Lock it down. They show back up. I'm like, so what are we doing tonight? Oh, we didn't talk about that. We talked about football the whole time. Oh, guys, couldn't trust them with anything.
Nope. So Derek had to make a plan.
Which is not a normal thing.
Not normal at all. But what did Derek pull? A 605 ADR for our group to Ohana.
That's right. We had a party of 5, but we found it for 4, and then we just sweet talk them into letting a 5th be added. It was great. It hit the spot for sure. Ohana is still fantastic.
Well, especially since it's a rope drop trip, and we talk about Ohana all the time. What a magical moment that we could have our group that we were taking on the Halcyon be able to go to Ohana. We definitely started with a round of back scratchers that were fantastic. And then, yes, Ohana, I feel like it got better from the last time I went. And I think they figured some things out because I went right after the reopen, and now it's back. Yep.
Yeah, they got rid of that shrimp casserole, back to the peel and eat shrimp. And they've just basically normal bread. Again, they tried to get fancy with the bread and it made it awful. Ohana's fantastic. They're still not taking the meat off a skewer. They're serving it. No, I think it's just so much easier for them to plate it and deliver it than walk around with meat. And really sanitary wise, like if you think about it, like that meat was sitting on someone's like the skewer was in front of other people.
I don't think people care.
Before they came over to you. Someone cares. Okay. Someone cares.
Meat, my plate. That's what I want. As long as the meat gets to my plate, I am great. So that meal was truly wonderful. We were all stuffed. Like you have Tony's and early lunch, dinner at Ohana.
That was our day.
Done.
It finished us off. We returned back to the hotel early, kind of relaxed, chilled, watched TV, talked to the wives, and then it was good. I think the car just turned off, Derek.
I did. Maybe now we can record even better audio.
Yeah, it's going to get steamy in here. We better wrap this up. We went to the Animal Kingdom today after the Starcruiser.
We did. We did not rope drop the Animal Kingdom. Thank you to everyone who was like, why didn't you rope drop the Animal Kingdom? Because it's hard to get off the Starcruiser and get to Animal Kingdom in time.
Could have been done, but there was no reason. Well, Animal Kingdom hosted too early. So we could have rope dropped Epcot, but hard pass. We were good.
So Animal Kingdom, we did the safari, waited in line for about 20 minutes while we took notes for this.
It said 40, we waited 20. It was a great safari. It was like he was like a retired Jungle Cruise skipper.
Oh, he had to been.
He had a couple good jokes. We wish we were in the front row so we could have chatted, like made jokes with him.
I made a couple shout out back and he laughed at him. So it was definitely good. And then we went and met Doug, and by Doug I mean the statue of Doug. And then we of course had to eat lunch at our favorite restaurant. So we're all about favorite restaurants on this trip. We got Ohana, and then we did Satu'li's Canteen.
Yeah, and it was just what I wanted it to be.
Yep. I mean, I took a picture and started eating before Doug even sat down. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I need to eat."
I was kind of concerned. You didn't even ask for your glass of ice water.
I was tired and hungry.
And here we are.
Tired and full.
Tired and full.
So Animal Kingdom, great. Oh, car's beeping at us.
Because your seatbelt's not on.
Oh my gosh. All right. Do we edit this out?
No, I think this has to.
Well, so you know that because we're about to actually
We're sitting still. We're not driving.
No. So we can see the rental car.
We're at the cell phone waiting lot for the airport.
Which is a great place, by the way, that you can fill up.
Watching planes go back and forth.
It's magic.
Saw that Breeze plane that I took over here from L.A. That was a thing.
Yeah, you didn't even talk about that. How was your flight from... did you talk about the other
show? Yeah, it's been a long few days, Derek.
So there you go. We did Cornado. We did all the parks and had a great little trip. We don't know when our next Rope Drop Radio trip will be.
No.
We do one once a year, so we will have to look at next year and when we want to go.
Derek's kids are getting busy. You know, it used to be like, let's do this day. I'm like, oh, my kids have this. My kids have that. You know, now it's
7 years later.
Now we both have kids doing stuff.
It is. It is getting more and more difficult to plan these things. I am bummed that we aren't planning another Starcruiser trip, but we will definitely be planning another Rope Drop Radio trip and hopefully get you guys meeting up. And maybe one day, we will do a cruise together so I can be on Rope Drop on deck.
Maybe one day soon. Who knows?
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Thank you everyone who met up with us. Thank you for Nate and Ryan and Kent who traveled with us and did Tron and everything. We had a lot of fun this time, but nothing deep down inside, the memories of Doug riding Tron will live with me forever. It brings so much joy to my heart. I'm sorry, Michelle, Alden, your kids who will never get to see that.
They don't want to see it.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine.
Thank you for making that moment for me.
I'm glad I can do that. I don't remember all of it. I just remember deep breaths, Doug.
There you go.
Deep breaths. Well,
I'll post some things. Maybe I'll post that picture on Patreon. So if you want to see that picture or find it in our messages on Facebook, you'll have to go to our Patreon community and get that. We have a bunch of bonus and after shows that we've done throughout this trip that you can find on there. And if you want to take a trip to Walt Disney World, you have to click that Touring Plans link. Those amazing destination specialists, they booked all of this trip for us. So thank you to them. And then be sure to follow us at Rope Drop Radio on all the things and leave a review. But I see our airplane's probably landing right now. So let's drive.
Let's go gas up before I return this car.
Oh yeah, always fill up your vehicle before you return it. So
drive it.
Yeah, one time we actually did get to MCO and they said you were a little short. Remember that with the gas?
And I was like, sure I am, buddy. Yeah. I filled up at this gas station right here by the airport too.
Always gotta top it off. So there you go. Well, thank you guys so much for listening and supporting Rope Drop Radio.